Balake. Where is Balake at?
My name's Blake.
Do you want to go to war, Balake? I'm for real. Ron.
Ron is here, everyone. Is Tom Cruise dating Jada Pinkett Smith? No. Don't be stupid. Of course not. No. I got so many emails about this. In the battle of who is crazier, Lil Tommy Cruise or Jada Pinkett Smith, aka Jada Pinkett Shakur, as she would rather be known. Why is anyone even talking about this? I'm going to show you why, and then I'm going to explain why the answer could never be anything other than absolutely not. And the answer has to do with Scientology. So many emails I got about these articles. Tom Cruise might be the dating target of this suddenly single A-list actress. My goodness. In the year of shocking celebrity breakups, one suddenly single A-list star may be setting her sights on coupling up with another high-wattage star. Jada Pinkett Smith is reportedly interested in dating Hollywood's biggest movie star, Tom Cruise, after revealing her 7-year separation from Will Smith. All right. Yeah. We don't have to read every word of this drivel. Cruise has reportedly been looking for a new leading lady. And now that Jada's split is out in the open, it might make celebrity sense, unless Will objects to his pal dating his estranged wife. That could get weird. Will and Cruise first worked together on 2004's Collateral and shared a close bond. I'm sorry. I thought it was Jada Pinkett Smith that worked with him on Collateral. Was it Will? Oh, I totally forget. But a relationship with Jada might blow up their friendship. They don't have a friendship. That's the thing. Tom and Will are not friends. Tom will take it personally, or he will take it personally because he'll feel that he's losing a friend in Tom. Guys, if you ever wondered whether people just straight up invent articles like this, they do. There are no inside sources. There's no, secret intel on this. This is just absolute, total BS. Tom Cruise and Will Smith are not friends anymore. And the reason why has to do with Scientology. Let's just look at one other example. I think all these articles are just sourcing from the same nonsense. Tom is looking for a new leading lady. Crazy rumors on Tom Cruise and Jada Smith come out after she made her secrets with Will Smith public. This is a lot of just the same language here. The actress has shown interest in Tom Cruise, and according to an insider, the two share a close bond since their film Collateral. Let's see. Is there anything even remotely interesting in here? This really is just a pure work of fiction. She's reportedly said to be interested in catching the eye of a Hollywood superstar. Jada has always raved about Tom being a true genius, as well as one of the finest looking men she ever laid eyes on. Yes, sounds totally legit. Let's see. Jada Pinkett Smith praised Tom Cruise in her memoir. Okay, fine. Surprisingly, single Tom needs to find someone who's supportive of his religion and not intimidated by his success. And Jada totally fits the bill. Yeah, this is just pure fiction. My goodness. While this needs to be confirmed yet, looks like Pinkett Smith and Cruise might become a new Hollywood power couple. Anyway, this is just kind of a fun video that in response to all of the emails that I get thinking, oh my God, could it be true? There's a Scientology reason why this would never, ever, ever be true. Remember, in Tom Cruise, we are talking about a guy who disconnected from his biological daughter, his own flesh and blood, because Suri is connected to someone that Scientology thinks is not a great person anymore. Katie Holmes. Realize Katie Holmes hasn't even done anything that a Scientologist would consider is a suppressive act. She's never publicly spoken one bad word about Scientology. She's never spoken negatively about Tom Cruise. Divorcing Tom Cruise is not supposed to be a suppressive act in Scientology. Believe it or not, guys, even leaving Scientology is not necessarily considered a suppressive act in Scientology. Publicly leaving Scientology is a suppressive act. Now, for someone who's as famous as Katie Holmes, it's hard to differentiate between, well, what would be the difference between publicly departing Scientology and not publicly departing Scientology? Generally speaking, the difference is whether you announce it to the world. Now, I do believe Katie Holmes at one point, either she or obviously not her, but someone who represents her, has probably stated that she's gone back to her roots. You know, I think there has been some public statement that she's no longer involved with Scientology, but it's as tame of a statement as you could possibly put out while being a famous person and no longer being in Scientology. What's the other thing? Oh, in a deposition that Tom Cruise had to sit for when he was suing some UK publication for calling him a deadbeat dad. Tom had to sit for a deposition, and he was forced to admit in the deposition that saving Suri from Scientology was one of Katie Holmes's stated reasons for leaving him. Now, what's interesting about that is Katie never said that publicly. It was Tom. It was Tom who said it. Now, even Tom didn't say it publicly. He said it in a deposition, but you know, the transcripts of that deposition were made public. And so ironically, it is in fact Tom who has inadvertently committed more of a suppressive act than Katie herself. That being said, Jada Pinkett Smith Shakur, and Will Smith did commit the unforgivable suppressive act of bringing Leah Remini onto Jada's Red Table Talk TV show and talking smack about Scientology and basically trying to mend fences with Leah Remini for the falling out that they had when Leah left Scientology and Jada and Will were still in Scientology. Now, Jada and Will are the most famous Scientologists to ever deny ever having actually been involved in Scientology. It's the craziest thing ever. And the episode of Red Table Talk where Jada and Will, you know, brought Leah on, or I guess Jada brought Leah on, but Will came in the beginning and was talking with the two of them. So the three of them together. It was a very uncomfortable show because Jada and Will were just lying their asses off throughout the entire thing about the level of their involvement in Scientology and all this kind of stuff. And it really seemed to me, my personal opinion, that Will and Jada were doing that show as damage control for themselves. They really didn't seem to have any interest in mending fences with Leah. Like Jada hardly even seemed to be paying genuine attention to what Leah was saying, in my view. It was very uncomfortable. But I can say that Will and Jada publicly associating with Leah in that way. Some might say platforming Leah. Not that she needs their platform. She's got her own platform. But by bringing Leah onto Jada's platform, you know, Scientology would see that as an endorsement of Leah Remini. That is an unforgivable suppressive act. And if Tom Cruise is going to disconnect from his own daughter for reasons that don't even make very much sense, there's no way he's having anything to do with Jada or Will ever again. So this is just pure tabloid trash. And I guess now that I'm doing a video about it, I can just send people links to this video and I'm like, did you see the headlines? Did you see the headlines? Do the tabloids ever report any actually sourced information? I mean, I guess I'm not familiar with, is She Knows, here, I'll show you guys this. Like, is She Knows just like, is this a blog? Is this actually like a thing? I mean, this is like worse than the tabloids. I'm convinced that sometimes even the tabloids will have correct information. Sometimes it's about Elvis. Sometimes it's about aliens. I don't know, guys. I grew up in a cult. I was actually always embarrassed to look at the tabloids in the line of the grocery store checkout line. I've always wanted to look in them so bad, but I'm literally embarrassed to pick it up off of the rack. Is there ever any actual real info inside those things? I don't know. But none of these stories I've ever seen about John Travolta leaving Scientology, Tom Cruise leaving Scientology, or any of these craziness. It's all just pure fiction. All right, guys. Not a very deep and important video, but something it had to be done, guys. So somebody had to take a stand and make a comment on this. Guys, in about 1 hour at 6 p.m. Eastern or thereabouts, I'm going to be doing a very fascinating live interview. So stay tuned for that. I don't know how notifications are working on YouTube right now. It does not seem like they're working very well. So check back at about 6 p.m. If you want to check that out. And thanks for hanging out with me this afternoon. Thank you, as always, to everyone who watches until the very end. And I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. If you want to see my rock and roll songs, click right on this guitar. And if you want to see a different one of my videos, Oh, Dancing for My Love, then you could click right inside here. If you have subscribed or not, subscribe